Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I wonder who you are. Who are you?
Yeah,
So,
that's a good question. I'm Anton, and I play guitar in the band Plaguemace from Denmark, and
Yeah.
then
Cool.
we've got Simon.
and you backup vocals.
Yeah, also that I tend to forget that sometimes, but yeah, I do play as well. Yeah,
And my name is Simon, and I play guitar as well in the band, and does all the graphical stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. How many are you in the group?
We're
We are
5 people.
five people. Yeah,
Uh,
so pretty classic rock setup with two guitars and a bass and a guy on the drums and then a lead vocalist.
Cool. Which genre do you see yourself in, the music you play?
Definitely more old school, I would say, but still
Yeah,
sprinkled with new or slash modern elements.
yeah. We I guess we are, as just as Simon said, we are somewhat of an old school death metal band, but we make we tend to make it our own. Like we have a lot of influences from a lot of other genres, and we like to blend stuff because um yeah, me personally, I'm into like a lot of stoner doom kind of thing, like long compositions and repetitive riffs and all that kind of stuff. And we blend some of that in, and everybody in the band likes High on Fire, so we tend to make some High on Fire riffs here and there as well, and like spice things up and make them our own, I guess.
Yeah.
And you listen to a lot of like more modern, like a lot of Simon likes, or you can tell that yourself. But
Yeah,
but
it's more like technical death metal, Archspire, Revocation, Inferi, bands like that. If you know those bands, Aborted as well.
Yeah.
So we have quite a wide range of what we listen to in the band and get inspiration from there. I think
That's
yeah,
good.
Moto, the
Yeah,
drummer,
nice.
loves Rammstein, for example. So
yeah. We pretty much just play music that we like. Like we don't have like a set of rules. We don't make a song and going into it being like it has to be this way or it has to sound this way or it has to have this or that aesthetic. Like we don't take ourselves too serious, and we take the music very serious, of course, but
oh,
we really like to. We don't really fit in with all those bands who like has this whole true aesthetic going on, because we we don't we can't really fit into that because
Okay.
we don't do that ourselves.
That's
We are
good.
yeah. Everybody should be able to do whatever they want and listen to whatever music they want, and I think the same thing goes for writing music. So um you shouldn't be so uptight about, oh, I can't make this riff, or I can't sing this, or we can't have this part because it's not true death metal. It's not, or like it doesn't have to be that way. We just do whatever we feel like.
That's good.
And it
That's
works.
good. That's really good.
Yeah.
our drummer though doesn't like it always because then we go, okay, the song is 2 minutes and we already have 4 riffs, and then we go, there's 5 more. What
Yeah.
more drum parts?
Yeah, and especially the songs which we haven't released yet, that we're working on. We're working
Yeah.
on writing stuff right now at the moment, and there are some crazy songs in there. Like we don't even know what's going on, but it works out. So yeah.
So when did you start the group?
Started
How many years have you been playing together?
Technically, we started in the summer of 19, but it was me and Andreas. We're brothers, even though you can't really tell by the looks. Um, but we started in his basement, actually, him on vocals and me on guitar. And it just so happened that I needed to go on a whole season to Japan as a ski instructor. So while I was gone, he collected the rest of the band. And then when I got home, it was just straight into COVID as well. So it was just we were just stumbling from the beginning, but we got it going.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty much it. And the thing is that everybody in the band knows each other, like and we knew each other before, at least at to some degree. Like I've met Simon a couple of times, and I was good friends with Andreas as well. And Ruben, the bassist, Krop, he's he's a very close friend of mine, and I lived with him actually, and went to the same gymnasium and education as him. And the drummer, well, he's an old friend of Andreas as well. So we all know each other. Like we're not just in it for the. Of course, we're in it for the music, but it comes from a it comes from friendship. Really. So I think that's a key element in the group as well. Like we're all just very good friends, and
yeah.
So you find each other like friends to start to play together. You can say like that.
Yeah. Like no one was hired because of their skills or their like, oh, we have to get a guitarist and we have to find the best guitarist, because honestly, that would be a very bad starting point for us, at least, because none of us are like, yeah, of course, I've played guitar for a long time and all that, but no one was hired because of the skills. We just really like each other and like playing music together. And that has been the thing from the start, which I think is good.
Yeah, I think so.
When did you discover music for the first time?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
From No, Simon, you go ahead.
Okay. For me, it was more because my mom was like, okay, you don't do any sports, you don't really do anything other than school. You have to do something. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play bass then. So I started out playing bass in fourth grade, I think. And at my school, we had this like amateur big band thing. So I joined that for a couple of years, actually 5 or 6 years now that I think about it. So I've been playing music ever since then, and then switched to guitar in 19 when Andreas and I started out.
Okay.
Yeah, it made more sense to have, at least it made more sense to have like at least one guitar and one vocalist instead of just bass and vocals. It would be a little bit harsh to start out that way. So
Yeah.
Simon, he grabbed the guitar, and I must say, like I've been playing guitar for a long time, and I really admire how good Simon is, because honestly, you haven't been playing that guitar that long, and it's really amazing how fast he picked up on the whole guitar thing, and I'm amazed by that. I've been into music for a long time. I started playing guitar when I was 9 years old or something like that. I really just I was very much into. Actually, I owe everything to AC/DC, because I really just wanted to be Angus Young, and that I was so fascinated by like the whole rock and roll experience, and that's what got me into playing guitar. And yeah, I've then Yeah, I've went to like when in Denmark when you're done with like elementary school, you have the option to go to like it would be, I think in English it would be like a high school year or something like. And I went to a music high school, and things really took on from there. I started like playing a lot, and really like that's when music became the main thing in my life, I guess. And then I've never been, and that's the thing for all of us. We have actually never been in a band before this. I've had a group where we played some rock songs and things like that. And just like Simon, I've played in school orchestras and big bands and all that kind of stuff. But none of us have had like a band before
Okay.
before this.
Yeah.
This is our first go at it. So that's also funny and and nice in some way. I guess that it's like it's our this band is our baby. It's our
Yeah.
first start.
It's everything in life.
Yeah, it really is.
You have made a new song, or you have few songs on the way, maybe. So I wonder about the new song you have made.
Yeah.
I have listened to this song, and what is it about, the song, the text in the song? Is it anything
Ooh.
you meaning in the song, or?
There is, but it's mainly it's Andreas that writes all the lyrics and stuff like that. So there's a whole lore thing about it. Like the EP was about Antichrist and stuff like that, and now it's went over to this more like fantasy, I guess,
Yeah,
where
you
it's
could
a
say that.
whole war between reptile people and barbarians. And yeah, I'm serious, but I don't want to like put it down. But I just don't know enough to be able to give like a proper answer to that, unfortunately. Um,
No, he really has like Reptilian Warlords, the album that we our debut album that came out in November last year is like it's the first, as far as I'm concerned, it's the first album that we'll do with this lore, because Andreas, just as Simon said, has this whole thing planned out in his head, and this will be like this is the first of many to come, I guess, like conceptual albums where like the lyrics and the themes are this fantasy inspired world, like it's not like it's an original thing, it's an original idea that came from Andreas' head, but I guess you could compare it to like some Lord of the Rings kind of thing, like that kind of fantasy world. And I know that he takes inspiration in like everyday things, like whatever emotions and feelings that he might have, but he translates it into this fantasy world. So he might write a song about these barbarians or these reptiles and the war, but but actually the songs may have a deeper personal meaning to him. But I think it's just easier for him to write about uh, things that actually matter to him in this fantasy kind of way, because then it's easier for him to channel some of these emotions and channel some of these concepts when it's in form of like a non-existent thing and a fantasy inspired thing, like so that I think that's his way around it. But really I'm a little sometimes I'm a bit lost too, as Simon, because
yeah.
it is his thing, and it works out great. Like I think Andreas, he writes some nice lyrics, and I've never really well into that. It works out so well with him just writing all the lyrics and doing his whole thing, in terms of yeah, the context of the lyrics. So me and Simon and the rest of the guys, we just make the music because Andreas, he can't play anything. Like he can make weird noises with his mouth, but he can't play an instrument. He has no skills whatsoever. But he has a good ear. He knows what he's a big music fan himself, and he's very musical. So he knows what's nice and what works. But
Has also
yeah,
come up with a lot of riffs just
yeah,
with his mouth and then transcribed it into actual notes.
yeah.
So,
You
Hmm?
are going out on a tour,
yes.
Yes.
and which countries are you going to?
Oh,
Oh, that's a lot of countries. It's it basically a whole like Central Europe. So we will do Germany and Austria and the Netherlands and Spain and Italy and Poland and the Czech Republic and Slovakia and Switzerland and Sweden.
France?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm forgetting
Which
something, but a lot of sorry.
which country or city are you dreaming about playing in?
Oh, I'm really excited about playing Bastard Club in Osnabrück again,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well
me
as
too.
Logo in Hamburg,
Yeah. We'll,
both German cities.
yeah. We've been on. This is the first time for us going like on a big tour, but we have been touring a little bit. We were on a tour with a band called Left to Die. It's the old members of Death, which were amazing. We had a small run with them in Germany, and we played some really nice venues there. And just as Simon said, Bastard Club and Logo in Hamburg are totally awesome places, and I'm really looking forward to going there as well. But I'm also excited about like I've never been to Italy. I've never been to
Okay.
um, many of those cities in Spain, or the Netherlands. I've never been to the Netherlands, so I'm really excited about just seeing like new countries and experiencing new places because there are so many cool venues around Europe, and I think I think a lot of them are going to be totally cool.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
so
so
too.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one question for you both. What would you say to your 10-year-old yourself today?
Ooh.
That's a good
Mm,
question. Well, I think I would probably tell myself to hang in there. I guess like,
yeah.
when I was 10 years old, I was just starting out with playing guitar and that whole thing. And actually, I played guitar for like from when I was 9, and I played for like 2 years or something. And it was good, but um, I was I was not really hooked into music at that point. I was not really like I didn't quite know if it were my thing. Like maybe I should start. I had this doubt, and maybe I should start playing soccer like the other guys at my school. Maybe I should just like dwell into more normal kind of interest and do that. But I'm glad I didn't do that. But there was some doubt in me when I was like 10 years old about what to do with this whole thing, and I was not quite sure that I was gonna keep on playing guitar. I thought it was fun, but um, yeah. So I would probably tell myself to just keep on doing what I was actually doing at the moment, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Something in those lines. I also
Yeah.
think it's right around that time I listened to Black Album by Metallica for the first time, and
Oh yeah.
I thought it was terrible. I thought it was just some noise and screaming, and I would say just give it another chance. Yeah, it'll grow on you.
Yeah.
And it did right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took like a 2 month break and then went back to it. Like, okay, okay, it's something, and then it just went downhill from there. So
Downhill.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna have 10 first questions for you guys. And
yeah.
one is drum or guitar. Which one you choose?
Guitar.
Well, I have actually I love the idea about playing drums. But I can't. I'm really not a good drummer, but I like the idea of me being a good drummer. And I think the drums are awesome. It's a cool ass instrument. It's so unique. But I gotta go with guitar because that is what I do, and I really like the guitar, the whole aspect of guitar playing as well. So guitar for me it is.
Oh, I
Glam
also said,
rock or synth?
sorry?
Glam rock
Glam
or
rock
synth?
or synth?
Oh,
I'm confused.
The synth music.
yeah, like synthesizers and
Yeah,
and
synthesizer. Yeah.
yeah.
Like the Depeche
Um,
Mode,
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Depeche Mode,
Yeah.
like them.
Ah,
yeah, exactly. I would. I don't know what do you say, Sams?
Glam
I'll
rock.
probably go with synthesizer.
Yeah, I would go with that too. I really don't want to hate on any specific genres or anything like that, but I'm really not into like the whole hair metal period and glam thing. Like to some degree I am, but not really. Actually, I love Depeche Mode. I love like 80s, a lot of 80s stuff, which are synth inspired. Like also like some more experimental stuff like Jean-Michel Jarre and that whole spacey, weird kind of synthy feel. I really like that. So I'm gonna go with synth.
Synth.
Yeah.
Death metal or hard rock?
Death metal
Oh yeah,
for me. That's not.
yeah. I would say death metal as well, but honestly, I think I know a lot more about like hard rock and obviously, like I said, AC/DC and all that stuff. So the right answer would be death metal as well, but actually, I think hard rock uh, is the way to go for me.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
but Simon is of course death metal because yeah, Simon,
Yeah.
the incantation of death metal.
So you want wine or beer?
Oh, beer,
Oh
without a
yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
I tried wine a couple of times. I can't keep it down.
I really do like wine. I like a good wine, but I'm gonna go with beer as well because you can drink beer. For me at least, I can drink beer all the time, and there are so many. Like in my later years, when I was a little bit younger, I was like, oh yeah, just like in Denmark we have this beer called Tuborg and Carlsberg. You know that as well.
Yeah.
Um, and I would be like very basic and just be like, there's only one beer and it's Tuborg, and I'll just drink Tuborg, and that's the way to go. But in my later years, I've discovered like beer can be so many great things. Like there are so many different aspects of beer. Like you can get IPAs and you can get like fermented things and sours. And I know that Simon he likes like dark beer, right?
Yeah, stouts and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm the total opposite. I like very light beer and fruity beer and stuff like that. And I know Simon hates like
I can't stand IPAs.
yeah. So,
So
but
you
beer for
like,
sure.
yeah, so you like beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Summer or winter? Which one do you prefer?
Ooh. Is it like proper? Because in Denmark we don't really have snow. It's just slush and rain. So are we talking like proper winter with a lot of snow or Danish winter?
There's a lot of snow and
Yeah, we have a lot of snow here.
Then I would say winter.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. and I guess I'm opposite of that. I like not having too much clothes on and
Yeah,
drinking
I agree.
beer in the
Yeah.
that's my kind of vibe. I tend to get a little depressed in the winter time, but actually I do like winter just with, as Simon said, if it's like proper and there's snow and there's a whole magical thing about winter for sure. But in Denmark it's just so miserable. Like it's
Yeah.
No, here we have
yeah,
winter almost 6
Yeah.
months.
We
Yeah,
don't like
yeah.
it either. Just white snow all the times.
yeah.
Yeah. So you want long hair or short hair?
I would say long. I've had long hair pretty much my whole life. From when I was around 10 or something, I started growing my hair out. So I would say long hair. I think that fits me the best actually. I've seen like whenever I try to like imagine myself with short hair, I tend to get really disgusted
Oh
by
God,
that.
no.
Like, no, that doesn't work out. So definitely long hair, but sometimes it's a little bit tricky, and I know Simons agree with me on this. Like it is it is a kind of a hurdle and a bitch to have long hair because you have to what do you call it when you
It's a lot of
like
work, brushing,
yeah
keep it, drying it
yeah
properly,
brushing
washing.
yeah
So I would
using
also say long
conditioner
hair, but I'm tired of all the work, to be honest. But I guess you
yeah
also know all about that.
Mm.
yeah.
In the studio or on tour?
Oh,
Uh,
I really like both, but I gotta say, for me, I really just fucking I love playing shows. I love being a live band, and that is what makes it for me. It's getting out there, meeting new people, watching other bands, the whole atmosphere, the whole like the whole scene in it itself really blooms when you're playing live, I think, and that's so magical, and I love that.
yeah, tour for me as well.
Yeah, tour.
Okay, chips or cheese rings?
What?
Cheese doodles.
Cheese doodles, we can say.
Huh?
Chips or cheese doodles? I don't know if you have that in Denmark, this yellow one with cheese.
Oh, Osterreicher, I think.
Oh,
I would say regular chip.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
regular
Mhm.
chips. I'm not too fond of those cheesy ones.
Yeah.
What is the best country or city that you have played in?
Ooh.
Oh,
I think for me, one of my favorite concert was probably Corporation in Sheffield in the
yeah,
UK.
yeah,
Such a cool venue.
yeah. Same thing for me. We played a small tour in the United Kingdom with a band called Nervosa, and it was great. And we played a lot of cool cities there as well. But as Simon said, Corporation in Sheffield is like one of the coolest places I've been to. Like,
Yeah.
damn, just great atmosphere, great venue, great people, and a great city as well. There are a lot of nice cities over there. And also, we played the first stop on that tour was the Underworld in London.
Oh yeah.
It's in Camden Town, and like Camden and that whole area in London is fucking cool as well. Like there are so many things going on all the time, and small shops everywhere, and weird people, and weird mix of people. Like you have like hobos and homeless people, and you have like rich people, and you have everything in between. It's like just a big cultural mess, and I really like those places where it's just not one vibe. It's like a mix of everything. I like those places.
Yeah. Is there anything that bothers you about each other when you are on tour?
Yeah. Well, that will come to a test in very time. Well, not really. I don't think that there's anything that bothers me about anybody in the band more than anybody else in the world would bother me. Of course, when you're together for that long period of time, you will get a little bit tired of each other. But I think that's totally normal. I think it would be the same thing if I went with my mother or my family or anybody else. If you have to be together with somebody for that long, that much time, you start to pick up on the different kind of things, and you may need a little break from each other. But I think we're very good to be aware of that in the band. Like we're good to be aware of ourselves, and it's when we are out, it's perfectly normal, and it's okay for us to like be, hey guys, I'm not mad, I'm not angry or anything. I just need a little break. We have some hours to kill here, and I just want to take a stroll. I just want to like have a few hours on my own and just do whatever, like take a little break from everything. And I know that everybody's cool with that, and I know that we can, and we work it out. And yeah, once again, we're just really good friends. So I know that even though it may be hard at some points, we will figure it out, and we will manage, and push through, make the best of it.
Yeah.
For
Is there
me,
any special thing that you take with you from home when you go on a longer tour?
not something specific for me.
We have Reisehold.
Danish TV
No,
program.
yeah, we have this planned. There is an old Danish TV program that we really want to see. It's called Reisehold, with Mads Mikkelsen, and we know that a very good friend of ours is going along with us on the tour. She's called Gitte. She's amazing, and she really helps us out. She's going to be doing a lot of the driving, if not all the driving, and like buying groceries for us whenever we're doing sound check, and also that's like being like kind of being our mom, I guess, on the tour, which is very nice to have that kind of person with us. And we know that Gitte has the whole Reisehold box series, and there are many seasons, and we're really looking forward to to watching that. But besides that, no, not really. I think I'm just gonna put my headphones, and that's gonna save me a lot of times whenever I have to just listen to music and whatnot. What about you, Sims?
No, I don't really have anything
No.
specific. No.
What would you like to say to your fans? What can they look forward to in terms of your music next year?
More of the same. More of a little bit faster stuff. But still groovy as hell and a party to enjoy.
Yeah. Like we are not like completely reinventing ourselves. It's not because like we are coming out and here's a jazz record. It's just not that kind of reinvention, but there will definitely be like a new aspect of the Plaguemace vibe and the Plaguemace feel, which I'm looking very much forward to bringing to all of our fans. And in terms of live shows, it's gonna be even more relentless and even more energy and even more pulverizing songs. And so
That's all of the questions we had. You look at the time.
Yeah,
It's
there's
going to die soon.
minute 40 left.
Yeah. So very good, and very happy to have this interview with you guys.
Yeah.
And I have listened to the old songs and the new songs,
Yes,
and it's going forward. I think it's
Yeah.
now with the new music. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you for you taking your time for us to.
Of
to have
course,
this
of
interview
course.
with you.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
hope
a
to see you
good
guys.
Sunday.
Yeah, and you too. I hope to see you guys some real place in Sweden
Yeah,
again.
it was bad that you were here in the Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good day, guys.
You too.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you for
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.